Welcome back to Scottish Lifestyle YouTube channel, and today I'm going to be making some Jamaican jerk chicken. I'm going to show you how to season the chicken and how to make your own marinade and the kind of powder seasoning you can use on it. So let's get to it. So I'm going to be using some leg quarters. I don't have any breast on the leg, and I already cleaned chicken up and washed them with vinegar. So you always have to clean the chicken and ensure that you wash them. So what I did is that I make 2 cuts on each of them like this. So I do this so that the chicken can soak up all that seasoning and can get inside nicely. So I'm going to be using some green seasoning, or some natural seasoning. So I'm going to be using some fresh thyme. I'm going to be using a piece of ginger. I'm going to be using onion. I'm using 2 onions, 1 big one and 1 small one. I'm going to be using Scotch bonnet pepper. I'll be using a yellow one and also a green one. I'm going to be using some garlics. I'm going to be using 7 cloves of garlics. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to put all of these ingredients in my blender and blend them up. I'm also going to be adding some pimento seed to the blender as well. Add a little water to it. So remember, you don't need a lot of water, just need a small amount. This amount of water is good, you don't need a lot. All over it. I'm going to add a little bit more. So I'm going to add some powder seasoning to it now. So I'm going to be using some Maggie all-purpose. I'm using 1 teaspoon, full teaspoon, 1.5 teaspoon of Maggie all-purpose. I'm going to be using some Maggie chicken season as well. I'm going to be using the same amount, 1.5 teaspoon. I'm going to be using some paprika as well, 1 teaspoon of paprika. And I'm going to be using some Island Spice jerk chicken season. So I'm going to be using this. It is salt and sugar free. So I'm going to be using this as my jerk season. This is spicy. So I'm just going to be using 2 teaspoons, 1.5 teaspoon. Also will be using a little chili powder. Just one teaspoon is good enough. Also going to be using small amount of Walkerswood jerk season, and this is hot and spicy, so I don't need much. This is similar to the marinade that I just made, so I'm going to be using a small amount, and if you want, you could have just used this as your marinade along with your powder season, and you didn't have to use the other green season that I blend up. But I like to do it this way, so I'm just going to be using a small portion of this. See, I'm going to be using 1 teaspoon only. And rub everything up together. So I'm going to add a little more jerk season to it. And you can use any jerk season you have. Don't necessarily have the island spice. Also, I'm going to add a little bit more all-purpose to it. I'm going to add a little vegetable oil to it. And this will help it to not stick to the grill, and it will help it to be moist and not dry. So this is it. So I'm gonna let this stay for overnight, and I'm gonna jerk it tomorrow. Alright guys, now this is the chicken that I seasoned up from overnight. So we're gonna jerk them today. Here we have it, guys. So it is well marinated. This has been marinated now for more than 24 hours. So what I'm gonna do next, I'm gonna put these bad boys on the grill and show you how to make Jamaican jerk chicken, real Jamaican style. So I'm gonna be making some sauce, adding some fresh tomato ketchup to this bottle. I'm also going to be adding some Sorrel Beer to it as well. So this is to use and try to keep the chicken moist. So I'm going to just pour some of the ketchup in this bottle. Some amount is okay. Then I'm going to fill the bottle up with water and the beer. This is what I'm going to be using throughout the jerking process to just kind of keep the chicken moist. So I'm going to be adding some Sorrel Beer to it. You can add whatever beer you have. You could use a regular Red Stripe beer or Corona, any other beer. And then I'm going to fill this up with water. After adding the water, I'm just going to shake it up. You need to ensure that you bore a hole on the top so you can just spray it out on the chicken. Alright, so now the grill is ready, and guys, always remember to ensure that the grill is hot, and always remember to use your spam, or if you don't have any spam, you can oil the grill to prevent the chicken from sticking. So I'm going to add the chicken to the grill now. And add them face down like this. Alright guys, Alright, so you want to place the chicken down like this rather than putting it down on the skin, because the skin tends to stick to the pan. So we're going to do it this way before. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to close it and let it stay for at least 10 minutes, and I'm going to turn them over. Alright guys, so it's about 5 minutes. I'm just checking on them. So I don't turn them over as yet. I'm just giving them some more time. And then I'm going to turn them over. And if the chicken stick, that's fine. It won't affect the turnout. Alright, I'm going to spin them now. Alright, so I just turned them. So I'm just going to cover it and just let them jerk. I'm going to turn them again in the next 15 minutes. I don't want them to burn, so you have to constantly check on them. Alright, so now I'm going to spray some of the sauce on it. I'm going to flip them over. I'm going to turn them again.
That's the beer sauce?
Alright guys, so now I'm going to add some beer on it. Alright guys, so this is what you want to aim for. So I'm just going to let them soak for the next 15 minutes, and then I'm going to take them off the grill. Alright guys, so I'm going to take them out now. Alright guys, this is the final product. So tell me what you think. Remember to like, share and comment.